Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video, and today we are gonna texture and light this bathroom. And actually I made this scene this weekend and I thought maybe I could record a video to explain this entire process. So here we are. This video will be split in two. So this will be the first part, and then probably I'll release the second part. I don't know if this week or the next one. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what we are going to import in this scene, because actually I didn't model the bathtub and the towels over here. So I'm gonna show you. I got the bathtub from 3D Sky, so it's you have just to type bathtub and go to the free section. Then I think it's the third one, so this one, so you can download it for free. Uh, these towels here, I had to buy it, so I bought it. But you can always import, of course, any other prop in your scene. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's jump into Blender and let's take a look on this entire process. So let's get the ball rolling. Okay guys, so let's jump into Blender, and the first thing I'm gonna do is import the bathtub. This is something that usually I do. Okay, I import one object to see scale, see perspective, things like that. Okay, so I'm gonna import the object, so the bathtub. So I have a shortcut here, Ctrl S, and then import FBX. Then let's import it. OBJ. Yeah, I think this one. Okay, here you go. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is Alt P, and I will clear and keep transformation. Also Ctrl A to apply all transform. I will delete this empty object here. Oops, this empty object, and then I will set the pivot to the bottom of the object. So I select everything, Ctrl Shift, oops, Shift Ctrl Shift Alt A, Shift Alt A, and then pivot to the bottom. Actually, I'm using the pivot transform. It's an add-on, very nice one. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I will bring it to here, something like this. Perfect. So let's take a look at the scale. Maybe this bathtub is a little small compared to my object. I call it scale object, so scale reference. So I will scale the bathtub up a little bit, something like this. Okay, looks nice. The bathtub actually is in low poly, but I think if we apply a subdivision modifier, it will make the job. Okay, so let's create our floor and walls right now. So Shift A, mesh, plane. Let me adjust the size of it. Let's bring it to something like this. Oops. Yeah. Then I apply an inset, I to inset, and to something like this. And I will separate it pressing P, separate selection. Now I'm gonna increase a little bit more. Oops. Let me select everything, edit, Probably have to toggle the X-ray here. Yeah, something like this. Maybe it's still too small, the room, so let's give more space. Yeah, let's extrude the walls right now. So I'll just select the wall here, press face, select everything, E to extrude. Let's put, I don't know, 2 meters, dot 70. Yeah, I think so. And okay, let's create a camera. Let's bring the camera to something like this. Okay, camera is a little bit weird, so let's adjust it. I'll put 90 degrees here, 0 here, and 0 here. Okay, so I will get into the camera and I will change this viewport to the 3D viewport. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, looks nice. Okay, so let me just move this object reference to the right, and I will bring the floor. I will copy the floor to make the ceiling as well. So Shift D, press Z to go to the Z direction. Yeah, something like this. Then I will apply solidify. So I have actually a shortcut, Q and solidify, then Q again and solidify to the floor. And yeah, have the first part done actually. So let's create a window, and to do that I'm gonna use this new tool here and just hold your click and then add a cylinder. Let's add a cylinder here. If you click and drag, then if you press Ctrl, no, it's not Ctrl, Shift. Yeah, the command is Shift. So press Shift and then you're gonna create this perfect circle. Okay, so here let's add some vertices to it, something like, I don't know, maybe 100, 120. Yeah, I think it's good. So let's change to the movement tool, then go to the edit mode, go to the face selection. Let's select only this front face here, and maybe it should be a little bigger. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so I'll take a look on my reference here, and okay, I change to the edit mode again, to the object mode, and let's center it. Okay, so I place, actually I select the walls, Shift S, cursor to selected. Okay, so let's bring it to the cursor, so Shift S and selection to cursor, and then probably it's in the middle. Bring it to the wall, bring it up a little bit, and maybe, just maybe, it's a little small, so I increase it a little bit to something like this. Also, I bring my camera up a little bit, so something like this. Yeah, and maybe I think the height of the wall is a little small, it's too short actually, so let's increase the height a little bit. Just select the wall, go to vertex and select these vertices here, bring it up, yeah, something like this. Okay, so let's bring the ceiling up as well to something like this. Perfect. so I think we are good to go. So let's keep moving. I will increase a little bit more this window here. So scale it, something like this, I think. Perfect. Also, let's align everything. I think my camera, let's see. Okay, it's in the, yeah, it's in the right position. Here, it's a little bit to the right. Let's bring it to the left a little bit. The bathtub. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. So let's use a modifier called Boolean and apply it to the walls, and then go to the picker here and select the cylinder, and yeah, here we go. Also, I will duplicate the cylinder here. Okay, I'll hide it for now. Actually, I will apply the boolean here because we don't need it anymore, so apply it. Then I'm gonna use this cylinder here to make the frame of the window. So go to the edit mode and let's bring it inside the wall, something like this, and this part, oops, let me toggle to the toggle X-ray here and bring it to something like this. Yeah, maybe a little bit more here. So, okay, perfect. Okay, so let's select the front side of the cylinder as well, and let's apply an inset pressing I, bring it something like this. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Right click and then go to the bridge faces, and yeah, here we go. Perfect. So I think the next step is to create this middle arm here. Okay, so let's select the right faces. So probably let me isolate these objects just to see it properly. So I think it's somewhere here, but I don't think we can extrude it. Probably you have like to create another object to fit this. Okay, so it's not a problem. So let's create a cube. So mesh, go to cube, and let's place it to the middle. So Shift S, cursor to selected, click on your cube, Shift S, and selection to cursor, and then go to the edit mode. Let's just actually have to toggle it to the toggle X-ray, and then bring this cube to something like this, and this bottom part here to something like this. Okay, so go to the top view. Yeah, top view, and then bring it to the middle of the main frame. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, maybe our frame is too thin, so we have to probably extrude it a little bit more to something like this. Okay, and let's do the same for this frame here. So go to the vertex, top view, select all these vertices here, and bring it to something like this. Okay, it's not bad. Perfect. So I go back to the original view, then I extend this part of the wall a little bit outward. So go to the edit mode, faces, and let's bring this entire vertices here to something like this. Oops, actually I'm selecting the window frame as well, so just this part here. Yeah, what's going on here? No, yeah, it's working actually. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, something like this. Perfect. And let's bring it to this window to something like this as well. Okay, perfect. Looks nice. Okay, so let's add some bevels to the walls and to the window as well. Okay, so select them, the walls, go to the modifier properties, and then go to, where is that? Bevel. Okay, perfect. So let's decrease a little bit, 10 is too much, maybe 0.8, add some segments. Also, let's change the shading to the hardened normals, and yeah, here you go. Perfect. Let's apply the same to the frame window here, and just go to bevel. Then let's decrease a little bit, too much. Yeah, something like this. Segments, maybe 3, it's good enough. Same thing here, harden normals, and actually let's do the same here. Bevel, and yeah, segments 3, shading, harden normals. And let's apply a shade smooth as well to all these objects. Perfect. So let's unhide that cylinder I had copied. So Alt H, and this cylinder will be my glass actually. So go to the edit mode, and I select this front face here and this back face here. Have to toggle the X-ray again, this and this. Oops, actually just this first. Something like this, and this part now to something like this. Okay, maybe it's too thick. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I think we have quite of half of the job done. As I apply a bevel to the walls, probably we are gonna have a leaky lighting happening over here. So what I'm gonna do is select the floor and select the ceiling, and I'm gonna go to the top view again and scale it up a little bit. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Maybe it's too big. Let me see. Oh no, actually I have to bring the floor up a little bit. Yeah, here you go. Okay, I have a really nice tool here. I will join these two meshes, Ctrl J to join it, and I have a plugin that what I need to do is just like press V, and it drop the object to other object that will be on the bottom of this object. So this is very nice. Actually the name of it is drop it. That's the name. If you press like Control right click, drop it, that's the name of the plugin. You can search it on internet. It's free, so it's pretty good. So I don't need to worry about floating objects anymore. Okay, so let me just show you here. For example, if I add, I don't know, maybe another cube here. Let me scale it down, something like this. Something like this. And now if I select this object and press V, it sticks to the object on the bottom. Okay, so if I, for example, delete this object and then select the object, the main object, and press V again, so it sticks on, doesn't matter what you have on the bottom, it will be stick on this object. Okay. Okay, so let's continue here. This bathtub's a little weird, so slow poly. So I'm gonna apply a subdivision to it. So actually, as I join it, I have to unjoin. So I press like tab to go to that mode. So faces, then press L to select this entire object here. P to separate it, and then select this part and go to subdivision surface. Okay, so something like this, maybe a little bit more levels. Yeah, perfect. Okay, it's good for now. Let's create our lighting. Okay, so I think it will be our first step before we start the texturing part. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna use the Heaven HDRI Heaven, yeah, here. And let's actually, for this image here, I use, I don't know, a forest. I don't know where I get it, but I think it was from probably most of my HDRIs that I use on my backgrounds. I get it from Polyheaven. Now I think the name changed. Yeah, HDRI Heaven. I'm not completely sure, but yeah, I think they changed it. Okay, so let's find it. So go to nature. Let's find something. I think it was this one, maybe. Not completely sure. Let me see if I have it here in somewhere. Okay, this one. Okay, so what's this one? Okay, so download this HDRI. I downloaded it in 8K, I think. So we don't need more than that. 4K is good enough. Okay, so I will apply it to my scene. So Shift Alt E. Then I will delete this environment here, and I will add another one. This is in my download folder here. And let's take a look what we have. So press render. We have nothing actually. And the reason is because we have to apply a glass material to the window. So select the window, then add the material. Go to Shift A, S to search, and apply a specular material. Okay, so specular. And here we go. Let's kill the roughness, 0. Perfect. I'm gonna select my camera, and then I'm gonna switch to sRGB, and I'll apply lookup table that I have here somewhere. Lookup tables. Okay, it's working, and I bring the exposure up, something like this. Okay, so here we go. Let's add the noise. Actually, I add a noise on this glass, so let's add the noise to it. So Shift A, S to search, noise texture, apply it to the bump, and let's apply a full transform as well. Shift A, S to search, and full transform here. link it to the transform on the noise texture, and let's take a look. Let's bring it down to something, I don't know, maybe 0.3. Yeah, the reason that my outside is too overexposure is because on my image, the original one, I used a separate channel for the background. So here I'm gonna use these, and let me see, these three guys over here. I'll copy them. I link this one here, this one here, and in the middle of my HDRI and the texture environment, I will apply a color correct. So search for color correct texture, link it to the texture, and let's bring the exposure down. And the reason why we are not like having any result is because I have to turn the refraction on. Okay, so now if I bring it down, you can see that I'm getting interesting results here. Okay, so let's take a look on my reference image again, and here we have, actually I have rotated the HDRI, so we are gonna do the same here to try to get some interesting background. So just rotate it until the point we have something more interesting. And maybe, just maybe, the glass is too noisy, so I'll change to the object type here. Select the glass, and let's bring the gamma down, because when you bring the gamma down here, you can see that we start losing the noise. So let's work with something like this, 0.06. Okay, so now it will be better to like see outside. So switch to kernel, and let's make the adjustments again. So yeah, here you go. Something like this. I'm not completely sure what was the position. The important thing is we cannot use, for example, this dark part of the HDRI, because we won't have enough light bouncing on our scene. So I have to choose the lighter one. Okay, so yeah, maybe something like this. Okay, so I think it will be good enough for now. Let's switch to the object type again, select the glass. Let's decrease a little bit more the size here, 0.2, 0.25. Yeah, so switch the kernel again, and let's bring the exposure up. Have a nice highlight coming from the window. Okay guys, so that's the first part, and for the next part we are gonna continue to work on the lighting. We are gonna texture this entire scene. We have to import the towers as well, and I think we are gonna have a lot of fun. We had enough for today. And probably I'll be releasing the next video still this week, not completely sure, but yeah, that's it. Thank you very much guys, and see you in the next part.